it goes. There is always this feeling, the feeling that everything is fleeting, that everything is a novelty for a little while, and then, just like that, it's nothing again. It's only just there. I was excited when Andy got a ping pong table last summer, but I should have known better. It was the way things always happened, I guess. One of us got excited over a new toy or game, and everybody else raced to be the first to master it. Things got competitive, yeah, but that was never the trouble. The trouble was, whoever owned the game started to lose. And they kept losing until, after a while, they didn't want to play anymore. I never got the shiny one. So, Andy got the ping pong table and I tried not to get attached. But for once, it didn't happen that way. Andy never lost to anyone, in fact. And because he didn't lose, we kept playing, and he kept winning. At first, I spent my time on the couch.
Yeah, that's right! Who's again? Come on, let's go again. Come on, come on!
Then, I tried to play a few times. She was good at looking, Beth. She was the kind of girl who always had her head on somebody's shoulder, and it meant something. But with me, it only meant she was tired.
You know, I've never actually played ping pong before. Isn't that weird? Don't you think that's weird?
Yes! Oh, yeah!
There was something about Beth that I just can't get into anymore. I've thought about it too much. It was kind of dull to me, the whole thing. I mean, it was great at first, I guess, but eventually it just felt like what it was, a ball and a paddle. I think it was because Andy kept winning, and winning, and winning, and winning, even when he was alone. I never know what to say to people. I usually can't even tell which ones to like, but Andy had certainly become less appealing.
Andy?
Andy.
Yeah, Andy. I mean, what do you think about him? Do you talk to him? Do you talk to him a lot?
Once.
He's very good.
Ping pong.
He asked me to come over tonight.
You should tell Drew.
I already told Drew. I wanted to know how you felt about it.
Why?
I don't know. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. It's no big deal.
I never know what to say to people. Beth, you don't need to tie your Beth, you don't have shoelaces, remember? Remember, Beth? Put the bottle down. Put the bottle down.
Bottle down? Are you kidding? What? Oh, I'm going in the car. Oh. I'm glad it's you. I can trust you. Let's roll, Jeeves.
After school, we all went over to Andy's again. I noticed something was different about him. He was frustrated. I think that Beth would still sit with Drew on the steps and let him tickle her and whisper things in her ear. I don't know what Andy expected, but it was something he didn't get. I guess I felt bad for him, but I couldn't look at him, not until I heard a crackling sound come from the table. I looked up and watched Andy's favorite red paddle fall to the ground. He screamed in pain and held his hand as more red fell to the floor. The wood from the handle lodged itself into his palm. And that was the end of ping pong. At least, for a while. After the day Andy hurt himself, no one entered Andy's basement again for almost 2 weeks. I imagine he still played, though, by himself. I imagined him in his basement, hitting the ball harder and harder until the bandage on his hand breaks and he bleeds all over the table. It was terrible. I wanted to stop seeing it in my mind, but I couldn't. At least, not until I met Enrico.
So do you think Andy's ready to start playing ping pong again?
I guess.
Well, are they playing tonight?
As far as I know, they have a game tonight.
Good. So I'll see you there? All right. Bye.
That girl, she's your friend?
Yes. Why?
She said ping pong?
Yes, she said ping pong.
Ping pong. You are my friend. I'm Enrico.
Thank you.
Is he any good? Is he any good?
Okay, fight! Okay, fight!
Volley for serve. Andy had finally been defeated. By a boy from Barcelona, no less. I thought it would have felt different to see it finally happen, but I didn't feel anything.
Enrico.
Yes,
He plays very well.
he does.
Listen. That's my heart.
I don't hear anything.
Tonight is magical.
At that moment, I wondered what it was like to kiss a girl like Beth. I wondered what it felt like, what it smelled like when you were so close. I wondered how much skin you felt and how much bone. How much did you need to say, or did you just stay quiet and let the quiet say it all? And what did you do during? What were you supposed to think about? Did you think about what you were doing, or did you just let it happen and think about something else? Or did you put your whole mind into it and focus so strongly on where you were that you would feel it all? Every hair, every moment, 3 oceans wide and deep enough to drown the rest of the world? Maybe you didn't think at all. I had to wonder. I had to wonder what it was like to kiss a girl like Beth.
Would you like to come inside for something to drink?
No, not Thursday.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
I've never had a girlfriend, to tell the truth. The closest I'd come was the 10th grade dinner dance. A girl had asked me, and that's the only reason I was there. She was born with a congenital oversized tongue or something, and it was hard to understand what she said. Everybody called her Slow Jane.
So, thanks for taking me to the dance. You know, you're a great guy. Oh no, I'm sorry. Thank you again. I'll see you tomorrow.
People still tease me about Slow Jane, and I wonder sometimes where she is, but even if I knew, I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Because Andy had lost, he stopped playing. He also stopped talking, and shortly after that, he stopped going to school. Nobody saw him for days. His world had changed, but what was different? He didn't have Beth, but neither did I. Another week went by, and finally Andy said something to Gary. He wanted to challenge Enrico to a rematch. Enrico accepted the challenge. After school on the following Friday, I took Bob Kauslowski over to Andy's with me, and Drew was sitting on the porch waiting for us. When we walked up to him, he told us Andy was drunk, but he didn't have to tell us. Andy came out the front door with a taped-up red paddle in his hand. Before long, he got into a fight with Drew.
Shut up, Bob. She's my girlfriend, Andy, and she's had enough.
It was about Beth, but I wasn't interested, so I walked down to the driveway to see if Enrico was coming. I heard my car door slam,
It's not your car!
and then I heard the engine. It wasn't until I realized I had left my keys in the ignition that I was lying on the cement of Andy's driveway, crushed by my father's car. The ground was very cold, I knew, but I couldn't feel it. My neck wouldn't work, nothing would work. I tried to scream and that didn't work, and then I stopped breathing. As soon as I thought about breathing, I couldn't get it going again. After a while, I woke up. My legs still weren't working, but I could feel everything else in my body. It was all pain, but I wasn't worried. At least I was feeling something again.
Yeah?
One day Beth called asking for a ride, but then I reminded her of what happened and I apologized.
I can't. My legs, yeah. Yeah. Alright. I'm sorry.
She accepted my apology.
Yeah.
After 3 weeks, Bob Kauslowski picked me up for summer school in his new birthday present.
Well, Beth doesn't talk to Andy anymore, if that makes you feel any better. And Drew can't stand him.
Yeah?
I don't think I'm gonna go over there anymore. Gary will go because he has nothing better to do. I'm just sick of watching Andy twat around with the ball. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I hate that.
Probably not worth it for you anyways. All those stairs.
Yeah.
So you don't play ping pong anymore. It's no big deal, right?
No big deal.
Hey, you look miserable.
As I got out of the car, Bob said something else to me. But I didn't listen. I wasn't thinking about Bob or Andy or his goddamn ping pong table. All I could think about was Beth. Beth and Enrico. I think he once told me that life was only a game. As I walked away, I finally realized what he meant by that.
Hey, cheer up. It's only fucking ping pong.
But I guess I really didn't know for sure.